Within some recent lore, we have mention of Jinn, who are supernatural beings, and shayati, who I can't find anything on. It's in relation to the fortress at Alamut of the Order of Assassins that work with the Iron Sultanate. The leader of these assassins wears a ring on a chain, and rumours say this ring was given to him by Solomon, as Solomon was given the ring by God, and that in giving him the ring, it allows him to command spirits such as shayati and Jinn. So what are Jinn, and what could their powers be under the command of the seal? Welcome back to the trenches, and let's begin. It is speculated it is the power of the seal that has kept Alamut safe all these years, despite Hell's forces holding the land surrounding it, Alamut and its hinterlands, and it's the court of the seven-headed serpent that has never been able to reach the citadel there. It seems that Hell's otherworldly powers are held at bay by some kind of protection capable of countering their goetic magic. The talk of time moving differently for those at Alamut, with supposed invaders having their life sapped. So what are Jinn? According to the Britannica, they are a spirit inhabiting the earth, but unseen by humans, capable of assuming various forms and exercising extraordinary powers. The seal itself, according to ancientorigins.net, was given to Solomon, and Solomon began to bring demons under his control, beginning with Orneus the demon, who had been tormenting the son of Solomon's master workman. By questioning the demon whom he summoned, Solomon was able to learn their names, how they persecuted human beings, and how they could be countered. Some of that knowledge now might be with the old man of the mountain to control the Jinn. At least that's my theory. Additionally, the king was able to make these demons work for him. For example, Solomon commanded the demon Asmodeus to help with the construction of his temple, so it's used by the old man of the mountain to command spirits in a similar style. Now that's out of the way, let's focus on Jinn, those that he can command, and their abilities. I'll go through a few and have some fun speculating how they could be used in that Trench Crusade. So outside of that narrow definition, what is their purpose? They have some similarities to human beings. They can choose between good and evil, and must face damnation or salvation based on that. That's a very interesting statement. Spirits with choices. What could a spirit become if they chose damnation? Could they have some presence in Trench Crusade, in hell? In terms of description, it said, they are beings of smokeless flame by nature, in the same manner in which humans are said to be made of earth, and they cannot be seen by human beings. They can, however, take on human or animal form. Whether they can be seen or not in that form, if they choose to be, I'm not sure. And they can be found in inanimate objects, stones, trees, ruins, and underneath the earth, in the air, and in fire. So it begs the question, could some of these be defending Alamut, using their presence, their powers, to add to its defences under the command of the old man of the mountain? It could be a potential cutting-edged sword, in that if the ring was lost, the Jinn at its command might go a little haywire and go against the will of the assassins there. Jinn delight in punishing humans for any harm done to them, intentionally or unintentionally, and are said to be responsible for many diseases and all kinds of accidents. Something I was not aware of and came across whilst making this video is the Britannica lists several types of Jinn. It says 3, but there seem to be even more. So in brief, here are the types and a little on each. There is the ghoul. The ghoul are shape-shifting, cannibalistic and blood-drinking creatures that feed on the flesh of human beings. The Jinn are Jinn, close to animals, and they especially like to appear as dogs. Could they appear and guard this place if commanded? The Ifrits are noted for their strength and cunning. They have their own hierarchy and can marry humans. Jann are shapeshifters who live in the desert and take the form of whirlwinds and white camels. And more interestingly, for this hidden place, they have the power to hide or reveal an oasis in the desert, depending on whether they like or dislike a party of travellers. Marids are often described as the most powerful type of Jinn, having especially great powers. They are the most proud as well. Like every Jinn, they have free will, yet could be compelled to perform chores. They can grant wishes, but that needs rituals associated with it. The Nasnas is another weak form of Jinn, hybrids of human-like and animal-like forms, and may account for some of our encounters with mysterious creatures. The Palace is a vampiric footlicker that lives in the desert It has low intelligence and can be easily outwitted according to law. It attacks sleeping people and drains their blood by licking the soles of their feet, thus the name. The Shik is a lower form of Jinn, a half creature, or literally only half formed, and thus monstrous in appearance. The Silat are expert shapeshifters and the smartest of the Jinn. They can mimic human appearance with ease. Not much to tell with a lot of them. However, the next one will be familiar to Trench fans. Shaitan, the Iron Sultanate's name for the devil. Another name is Iblis, and within Islam, Iblis is a Jinn who refused to bow to Adam. I assume that's as in Adam from Adam and Eve fame. The primary characteristic of the devil, besides hubris, is that he has no power other than the power to cast evil suggestions into the chests of men, women, and jinn. Nice tie-in there, though I doubt the old man of the mountain has that one at his beck and call. Now, if the leader of the assassins has some of them under his command, it would explain why the heretics so far find it so hard to get anywhere near their base of operations. According to the sincereseeker.com, some of the jinn abilities are the following. One such power the jinn have that they possess is the ability to transform to any physical form of their preference. That comes in handy if they're employed somewhere by a warband of the assassins. A decoy to draw a heretic warband out of cover perhaps. They can fly, which would open up a new place of warfare for the assassins in Trench Crusade. They could appear high and take aim. It also says that the abilities of the jinn are limited in power, so like the demons and their goetic magic, whereby the suffering of living beings powers them to the limits of its effects, it's the same for the jinn. There is a upper end to what they can call on. Jinn can teleport from one place to another and travel at the speed of light. Now, maybe not the speed of light part, that's a bit OP, but I think the teleport skill is, if used in moderation, you could have a jinn ordered by the ring to aid an assassin, drop him into the landscape where you can take shots and then pull him back out again behind cover. Now, I have covered quite a lot of jinn lore here, but it feels like there's a lot more to them than what I've just covered. They're like humans in that they live lives of rulers and structures to their societies. So what do you think to the jinn lore? Would you like to see the idea expanded on? Could there be something deployed or commanded by the Iron Sultanate and their magic? Is that how they can command some elements within the Sultanate? They also follow the teachings of Solomon, so it's not beyond speculation. So let me know your thoughts, and if you like this video on the Trench Crusade, then why not try this one? And if you want a whole bunch of videos on Trench Crusade, then why not try the playlist on the channel? I also cover 40k on the channel, which shares a lot of real-world DNA in terms of its inspiration sources with Trench Crusade. Usually I have, I'd say, about one video a week on that. I'm currently got a low amount and I'm working to build it up again. It's the ebb and flow of covering two subjects. I have two playlists on the channel for 40k. One covers everything, and one focuses on a favourite subject of mine, the dark age of technology, when AI warred with mankind, and the weapons and tech is awesome in scale to imagine, to the point of being pretty daft silly, but also awesome for it. I also can't neglect Dune, which has a playlist, and is one of the early subjects on the channel that did well for me and that I'm very passionate about. Frank Herbert's Dune is my favourite book, period.